Yeah, they got it bumping. Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone, grapple the waist, get laid flat. Can't escape, nowhere to go, the cage match. It's on now, when I spot him, it's no problem. Everybody stone cold till they hit with the rock bottom. Sharpshooter, I won't miss him like Bret Hart. Like Al Snow, they gon' need him a head start. I just might catch a better body than Mickey James. Get acquainted with the name, we bringin' the pain. Like Kane in the ring, all I see is red. Paul Bearer, Undertaker, I can see the dead. John Cena putting hands in your face. 10 DBS, keep a milli on the waist. B2TF, better stay in your place or get smacked down, play it safe. What you talking about?
Welcome to the latest episode of Boot to the Face, here live on YouTube and all your favorite podcasting platforms. I'm Chris Rucker along with my co-host EJ Reed, and we are here to talk about the world of professional wrestling. EJ, how you doing?
Doing a lot better today. Yesterday I had a little bit of a headache, I was in bed most of the day, but bounced back. How about yourself?
I got a headache right now. But it's probably all the alcohol I was drinking last night. But
what you get into?
My job gave me tickets to Atlanta United game, and I was in the owner's suite. So it was really high end liquor and really nice food and catering, and yeah, it was pretty dope. I was drinking Whistle Pig, rye, and Jack Daniel's McLaren.
Jack Daniel's McLaren. That's sounds fancy. I've had my fair share of Tennessee whiskey, but I never had that one.
Yeah, there's two versions of it, but we sell obviously a lot of Jack Daniels, and the McLaren bottle is like really, it's a big collector's item. It comes in like a little fancy box and the whole nine. It's like 44% alcohol, I think, so it's a little bit more than regular Jack. It was good, but the Whistle Pig, like, I'm gonna have to look into that. I was drinking that neat, and it was like it had this sweet. It was sweet, but it was like spicy, like a bite to it. But it was good. Like, I dropped the ice cube in it towards the end and made it even better. But I could see myself making old fashions with that. Like, that shit was good.
What kind of, you said Whistle Pig? What kind of whiskey is that? That's just his own company?
Here, I could probably pull up a picture of it. This is awful radio, but whatever. We're not on the radio, I guess. We're on podcasting. It is
Whistle Pig.
Whistle Pig. Whistle Pig is the brand, and it was a small batch rye whiskey.
Oh, it's a rye. Okay, it's a small batch rye whiskey.
And then they have Whistle Pig Piggyback, and they got like Whistle Pig's it's a pretty good brand. We sell a lot of that at my job too. So, but yeah, I fucking put a request in like, hey, you got any tickets to the soccer game? And one of the higher ups hit me up. He's like, how many tickets you need? And I was like, I didn't even think. I was like, I didn't want to ask for too many. I was like, just two. That right there should have told me we were in a suite when he was like, how many tickets you need? So we come in through the back way and walk in, and it looks like we're in a big ass hotel. And I told my girlfriend, I was like, I never even knew this part of the fucking stadium existed. We were at Mercedes-Benz. And you go behind the velvet rope. They give you a little bracelet, and you walk in. There's fucking food everywhere, a bar. But then when you go in the suite, we had our own alcohol. I posted the video on my Instagram account, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Atlanta United lost, but we still had fun.
Didn't they randomly win the MLS Cup like early 2020s or something like that?
2018. Yep.
That was random.
I think it was like their first or second year being a team they won.
That's crazy. The Braves won with 2021. Everybody except the Falcons and Hawks.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen anytime soon. World Cup's coming here next month, so it's gonna be crazy down here.
How do they have the setup for soccer? I feel like they're not gonna put no 80,000 for soccer in that stadium. Is it like a different setup?
It's the same as a football field.
I thought they might have had like a different setup for soccer, like where it's seated for like less people.
Well, yesterday during the game, because it wasn't a popular game, they had like it was kind of roped
Tarps.
off at the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
But they had like signs up there. But I've been to Atlanta United games where the whole fucking stadium's been packed too.
Really? What
Mhm.
kind of games would usually that happen for?
I'm not a big soccer fan. I just go to the games whenever we decide to go to them. Sometimes they're full, sometimes they're not. I don't know what the reason was that they weren't full yesterday. It was still
Because
30 to 40,000 people there yesterday.
it's a few soccer MLS stadiums that are shared with their football team. Like I think the Boston team does as well with the what you call the Patriots. But most of the MLS stadiums are soccer specific, and they usually hold around 25,000, like almost like a basketball arena, except outdoors.
Yeah.
But Atlanta is one of those unique ones that share with a football team. But that's what's up. Were you actually even paying attention, or you just drinking the whole time?
No, we watched. I watched a good bit of it. I was cheering for him. I was yelling at the referees because the refs were awful. I'm not the biggest soccer fan, so I don't know all the rules. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. Soccer's fun to go. It's like hockey. It's more fun to watch in person than it is on TV.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I used to play. I was actually used to be a good bit into soccer. I used to play until from like kindergarten until 7th grade or so. Like actually organized. I was actually pretty solid too. Remember one time I was top 5 scorer in the league one year, like in 4th or 5th grade, and I don't know, just started getting into pro wrestling. And then the soccer kind of just fell by the wayside. And then I was always into basketball. That stayed with me. And then I didn't really get into football really a whole lot. When I was little, I was a Cowboys fan, but I kind of fell off in middle school and then got back on in high school with football.
Yeah, we talked about joining like an
wrestler.
adult kickball league recently, just to like get out and get some kind of activity going.
Oh yeah, that's what
Yeah.
that's what I did. During the pandemic was my first season in a kickball league around here. It's fun. It's real fun. It's a drinking league, and I played up until like I think 2024 was my last year, and like my teammates kind of just dispersed, like people moved, so we hadn't played it since 2024. So it was fun though. Maybe I think it's maybe a couple of I don't know what that. You hear that?
Yeah, that was me. I hit the wrong button.
Like the Gong Show, like
Yeah, I hit the wrong button. Undertaker just showed up.
But yeah, so I think it's like a couple teammates that's still scattered around. Maybe I might try to reach out to them one time to see if they're in a different league or a different team. I mean, gentlemen, excited for upcoming World Cup. Always fun. See fluid ass. World Cup is always fun. That's the only time I really pay attention to soccer like that.
Yeah. So I don't know if you were in the chat or not earlier, Seafood. We were talking about me going to the Atlanta United game last night. So I was there with one of the higher ups at my job and talking to him. And I was kind of sliding in there like, yeah, World Cup's coming up soon. You know, it'd be kind of fun. So I doubt I'll be able to go to World Cup because those tickets are going to be hard to come by. But you never know, man. Never know. Me and him talked for a while. I'm going to make sure I send him an email to thank him for letting me tag along. But yeah, we had our own fucking suite. Our owners own a suite. We were right next to Arthur Blank's suite. Legit right next to it. He wasn't there last night. His suite had about 100 people in it though.
All right. I'm sure he just probably like lets people just use it, and whoever comes. 100
Yeah.
people. He wasn't even there.
Well, my girlfriend was telling some of her lawyer friends, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we've sat in a suite next to him," and her friend was sending her pictures. They were taking selfies, and Arthur Blank's just in the background, his old ass eating ice cream and shit, not even knowing what's going on.
Like, you probably like in your own world, when you have $1 billion, just whatever.
Yeah, or when you that old, you
yeah.
probably don't even know what's going on. Motherfuckers just wheeling you places. Am I still rich? Yeah, granddad, you still got a lot of money. Okay, y'all have fun.
I was about to say, especially you said the World Cup is coming. I heard, why are those tickets so astronomical? Like I heard it's like not affordable. I heard like the finals game is like got $50,000 or $10,000 for finals tickets, and I think it's happening in New York. Like why would they want to price fans out like that?
It's like that with everything, man. It's just the way the fucking world is going right now.
But who's
They
paying
look
for
at
this? Who's paying for
somebody's
it?
paying for it, or they wouldn't be doing it. It's like WrestleMania, the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like they're looking at everybody else tickets being high as giraffe pussy. They're like, shit, we could do it too.
So,
And
so go ahead.
I was gonna say, I imagine if the tickets don't sell, then they'll come back down like everything else does. But yeah,
Are we living in the world of have and have nots? Like this is getting ridiculous. I was at the pump. Like usually Midwest prices are a little bit cheaper than everywhere else in the country, but I should get up to $4 around here for gas. I'm like, what's going on, man, right now? But I know some of it has to do with politics, and I guess you get what you voted for, right?
it's definitely high because gas is never. I can't remember a time where gas was $4 and something in Atlanta since I've been here. Like 380, 390 is probably the highest I can remember. But $4.50, like this is not California or
Yeah.
Vegas. Like what the fuck's going on? I don't have to buy gas, so I don't give a fuck. So, but you know, I feel my
Your job gives
girlfriend's
it for free.
yeah, I have a company vehicle, and they give me. I have a gas card.
Oh, you get to drive it just whenever, though. I guess.
Well, I don't drive it just whenever. I drive it to work and back and
Oh yeah,
shit like that. And
that
then,
makes sense.
yeah, I don't have to. And on the weekends,
Most-
I don't really go anywhere
Yeah,
except
most-
my girlfriend drive.
I forgot. Like most of the driving consists like doing work stuff. If you think about it, so yeah, that's what's
So
up.
I filled my girlfriend's tank up yesterday. She's got a Prius, and usually it's like $15 to fill her tank up. It was $25.
Oh, come
Another
on.
10. That's not a lot, but no, I'm just saying though, that's almost double what it normally is.
Yeah, but like I got a hybrid. It's not a Prius. It's not a Prius. Isn't a Prius a hybrid? I'm pretty sure, but
Yeah,
I got a hybrid too. But it went from like it usually took like high 20s, low 30s to fill it. Now I'm up in the 40s. I'm like, man,
that's what I'm saying.
birds.
That shit adds up, man. Everything's fucking high. That's why you gotta take advantage when you get free shit, like I did last night. I ate and drank my weight.
What kind of food they have?
I had what was I eating? I had some lemon pepper wings, obviously, because it's Atlanta. Some Mexican street corn. I had some steak tacos.
Damn.
My girlfriend was eating oysters that they had in there.
Oh yeah. You don't like seafood like that, though.
No, I don't do oysters. Them fucking things are big though. Like if I did like oysters, those are the ones to get. Them motherfuckers were huge. Seafood says he wishes gas was $4.25. It's $5. Yeah, that's.
Live at? It must be.
I believe he's still in Canada, if I'm not mistaken.
Those Canada dollars a little bit different than our.
Yeah, and theirs is they don't go by the gallon; they go by the liter.
Yeah.
Either way, but then at halftime they brought us in some big ass burger sliders that they just delivered that nobody really messed with. There was like this big spread of like fruit and dessert, all kind. Like, it was a lot of shit in there, dog. Pretzel cheese and shit. Like it was. Honestly, I didn't want to leave when the game was over. Everybody that had been there already. They were like, "All right, see you guys later." I'm like, "Where y'all going? Let's stay for a minute. I'm gonna make another drink."
Yeah, this is the time. I always in May for some reason. I choose May the month I do my little keto diet. I do it for like a month and a half or so. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. I bought some pretty good keto waffle mix though. It wasn't bad. I had it this morning before we started the show. So it's you go through that little couple days because I started right after Cinco de Mayo because I'm like I got to get the tacos in before I start this. But you go through that little keto brain fog. But then I'm over it now. But all that stuff that you had yesterday sound good, man. You got the sliders and the steak tacos. Like you're eating like a king over there.
Yeah. All right, let's go on and get into some wrestling. I'm sure people got bored enough with talking about soccer and food and shit like that they're not eating. Yesterday was WWE Backlash. I watched it about 1:30 in the morning, drunk as hell after the soccer game last night. So I did a lot of fast forwarding.
Commercials.
Yeah. My takeaway from the show is WWE is just robbing people.
Go on.
I don't think it's like we got a buddy Dave in the QC that used to do Filter Free podcast, right? He traveled from Alabama and went down to Tampa because he's from there to go to the show. And I'm like, I asked him about it. He was like, it was fun. That was all he said. And I'm like, I wonder if he just doesn't want to be like, yeah, I wasted my fucking money and time coming down here. So he's just like, it was fun. Because if I would have traveled for that show, I'd have been pissed.
But like you said, every time you go in person, it's fun. But if you're watching at TV on TV, it's a little bit different perspective. Because remember, you went to a party, even though you weren't in person, but you went to a party night one of WrestleMania 1. You like, hey, I had a good time. Then you went back home and watched it, and you're like, this
shit was cheeks.
Exactly. So it's always gonna be better in person. So that's probably why he felt like that, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. We can go match by match if you want. Breaker and Rollins. Yeah, Breaker and Rollins was what it was. I honestly didn't expect Breaker to win, but I guess they can't just end the fucking program right now.
So like they were cooking, but then it has some like, I hate to be that because I'm not in the wrestling business. Oh, he botched this, but it has some little bit of moments like,
yeah.
I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. I'm critiquing it, but I can't. But it was a specific moment. I'm like, well, you probably remember it better than me.
Well, everybody's been posting a double video of Ospreay and Seth on the top rope, and somebody doing. I think MJF hit a Hurricane Rana, and Breaker did, and Ospreay landed on his feet, and Seth kind of stumbled and didn't. He ain't fucking stick the landing. And everybody's like, "Yeah, see, told you Ospreay is better." It's like, oh my god, shut up.
Now you're just annoying, but like,
yeah.
I mean, Seth's getting older. Sometimes you lose your fastball a little bit, but he's still really good in the ring. Match was fine. Like you said, they're probably going to continue it the way they ended it. But like, what else can you do though? Seth got beat. It's not like, what else can you do after that though?
I don't know. I don't know where they're going. Seth's going to need some help.
C Flu said, "Wish I would have watched AEW live." Yeah, I finally finished watching it this morning. That was a unique place. We'll talk about it later, but I dug the place that they had it in.
I hadn't watched it, but I don't care if we talk about it. I might watch it, I might not. So you don't have to worry about spoiling anything for me. And then you had Asuka and Io, which I thought was good. But the crazy thing about Asuka and Io was the after match, and now I get online and I see everybody saying Asuka might be retired. And then Io posted this long message about Asuka, about how she's thankful for her, and this is their final chapter and all this shit. So I don't know if Asuka got the old heave-ho out of TKO like everybody else, or is she stepping away? I don't know what's going on.
Might be her own doing. Maybe she saw, kind of like writing on the wall. They got rid of Kyrie. Kyrie's her close friend. She's like, man, the hell with this.
Yeah,
this will be my swan song. Y'all took me off WrestleMania, put us on Backlash, and y'all gave us more time. Because if they were in Mania, they probably wouldn't have gotten that time. So she probably like, I don't need more of this. Y'all probably don't have nothing for me after this. So deuces. And if that is the end for her, what a career.
Yeah.
I feel like her run on NXT was definitely historical, one for the ages. She kind of had up and down booking on the main roster, but she made of it what it was, and she made the most of it, so to speak. Multi-time women's champion, multi-time tag team champion. So what a career.
Yeah, just off the top of my head, I was just writing down everything I can remember Asuka winning. She obviously had that long NXT title run. She's won Money in the Bank. She's won the Royal Rumble. She won the first Royal Rumble, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah, she was the winner of the first Women's Royal Rumble. She's won the Raw Women's Championship and the SmackDown Women's Championship, and she's been a multi-time tag team champion. So Asuka's had a career. She tapped out Becky Lynch at the height of the man at Royal Rumble. The year Becky won the Royal Rumble, Asuka made her tap out in what I thought was a really underrated match. So she's had some bangers. She's had some, her and Kyrie and Bailey and Sasha, they carried the fucking pandemic. That beef that they had going back and forth, that was really good. Yeah, Asuka's had a hell of a career, man. 10 years.
That always stuck in my mind. That little 3-way with her, Charlotte, and Becky. How Oscar, Charlotte always beat Oscar. Oscar will always be Becky, and Becky always be Charlotte for some reason. That little three-way thing that was going on. For some reason you pointed that out, and I always think about that every time I think about those three. But yeah, I mean, she's still relatively young in the scheme of life. Especially Fluid Meltzer stated that Oscar's semi. What does that even mean? Semi-retired.
It means he don't fucking know. Talking about Meltzer, not Seafood. Man, what the fuck? Semi-retired. Shut the fuck up. That's basically him saying plans could change. I've been told that this might happen, but plans could change. Like, and the fact that people pay for this guy's shit is crazy to me.
He always throws out that caveat. Plans could change. People pay for that?
Yeah, people pay for Meltzer. He's made a fucking living off of wrestling fans.
Don't people pay for Sean Ross Sapp though? I know you're a fan of Sean Ross. I know you're a fan.
I'm a fan. I don't pay for him. I like his going back and forth with people on Twitter.
He does that.
Yeah. I like that shit. I think it's interesting. Sometimes I'll get bored and I'll just start clicking through that shit, like him arguing with people and people calling him out for DMing them and him being like, "You want to fight then?"
But I feel like you take Sean Ross as a more credible source than Meltzer.
Oh yeah, him and my boy Wade Keller, and there's another guy, Mike from PWI. I can't remember his last name. There's a couple out there that I think are more credible. I think Meltzer's just a piece of shit. Like, he's basically a wrestler that poses as a fucking writer. Like, he doesn't really know what he's talking about, but he's got everybody worked into thinking that he does. And then he gives these fucking star ratings that, you know, you get extra stars for being in Japan. What the fuck kind of scale is that?
He said that, or that's just how it's excused?
That's how it seems. He's giving motherfuckers 6 stars because they're in Japan. Fuck Eddie.
Well, Kenny Omega Okada got 7 stars. I think it was a Dominion match, maybe. Highest rated match. I was at the second highest rated match he ever did, but that was a hell of a match though. Bryan versus Ospreay. Was it at Dynasty? Yeah, it was at Dynasty. That was a hell of a match. It got like 6.5 stars or something crazy like that.
I wonder if I've ever been in a highly rated match. I'm sure I have.
Yeah. And that was in America though. You said he just likes Japan. That was in America.
Yeah. I was at I wonder what he gave Fletcher versus Ospreay at Revolution that we were at.
He gave it 5. He gave it 5 stars.
Yeah. We've been in some good matches. But see, that's what I'm saying. Look, he's got us fucking. I wonder if I've been in a 5-star rated Dave Meltzer match. This fucking guy, man. He's got everybody worked up. Plans could change.
But
what was the next match?
Before we move on, though, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I feel like we know what's gonna happen. Like because you had Oscar, I had Io. I think Io's gonna go with the world title, and then you're like, no, you think it was gonna be Sol, but as we saw on Monday, like I thought, it's Sol looks like it's gonna be Sol and Becky for the IC, which makes sense because like you should be in the stepping stone title. I don't like when people skip straight to the world title because like look what with Tiffany, like she like backtracked, now she's the US champion, which is ass backwards.
Yeah, that thing with Becky and Sol was good on Monday. Becky's just so good, like. For her to be as loved as she was and then get the crowd to like turn on her like that is just really good heel shit.
Didn't Sol call her a bitch?
Yeah, like, called her a big-headed bitch. Becky tried to sneak her.
Why? How come they always stress at how they PG and then like every once in a while they'll slip stuff like that in? I'm like, I thought it's supposed to be a PG
I don't think they do stress that they're PG anymore.
Oh well, didn't Jacob drop like an F-bomb or something on SmackDown, if I'm not mistaken?
They cuss all the time on TV. They'll say shit and bitch and something. The Rock said fuck on TV a couple times.
Rock has special privilege. He can say whatever.
I mean, Cody told The Rock to go fuck himself. and they didn't bleep that out.
But then why they like pick and choose? Sometimes they'll bleep the fans with the fans are cursing. Like it's weird.
I think it depends on like what platform. Like when they're on Netflix and it's a
Yeah.
PLE, I think they'll let it go. But a
They
Monday
bleep-
Night Raw, I think
Yeah,
is
they-
different.
Yeah, but Monday Night Raw's on Netflix. Like it's
I
stupid.
don't know, dog. You gotta talk to the nose.
Well, we
Yeah,
have a quota for how much swearing we can.
because I was watching WWE Unreal one day, and it was when Cody told Rock to go fuck himself, and Triple H was on the microphone, and he was telling the producers, he said, Cody's gonna tell The Rock to fuck off. Do not bleep it out. I'm good with leaving it in. And so they left it in. So he makes the call on those. It literally showed him making the call of it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I still haven't watched the Unreal seasons. Like I don't really care because it's like they acting like they're pulling the curtain, but we know they're like picking and choosing what they let you see and whatnot.
I used to like the WWE 24/7s, like the
Those were good.
WrestleManias. Yeah, because it wasn't like pulling the curtain back too much. It was behind the scenes, but it wasn't like it wasn't showing you the recipe of how it was done.
Yeah.
It was like following the wrestlers around before WrestleMania and shit. Like I enjoyed those. But yeah, this is, I don't know. I like it, but I don't like it. But you know, it is what it is.
I don't know if you saw the WrestleMania 9 documentary Peacock. This is like back before like wrestlers were still kayfabe and like they had cameras and wrestlers like what's going on? Like a lot of wrestlers like what's going on? Like you see a Yokozuna and Undertaker backstage. They're like questioning why they being filmed. And
they're playing cards together before they have to go fight.
Yeah, it's a different time back then, but yeah, I get why people like it, but you know, I hadn't run to see it. Maybe one day I'll sit down and watch it, but I don't know.
You said Undertaker.
Yeah. It was like a Asian type of gong.
You said Undertaker and Yokozuna, so I mixed them together.
Oh, there you go.
Yoko Taker. That actually did sound more like Yokozuna's music than the Undertaker, because Yoko used to have a little gong in his music, didn't he? Or was that yeah, he used to fuck like, now I can't remember.
The whistle, like the
yeah, but it had like a gong at the beginning of it, didn't it? I thought it did.
Maybe
I could be wrong.
I can't remember.
What other matches were on last night besides Roman?
Oh, the almost like the hold on, we skipped them. Oh, Trick, we missed Trick and Sammy. That happened before.
Yeah. Trick and Sammy. We obviously knew Trick was going to retain. I think it's time for Sammy to get off TV for a minute.
Why?
He's just not fun to watch anymore.
What do you mean?
He ain't fun to watch anymore. Like I'm not entertained by Sami Zayne anymore.
I know they usually don't backpedal character-wise, but I was a big fan of conspiracy theory Sammy back during the pandemic.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he'll slip back into that, which I doubt. I don't know. If he doesn't, I don't know what his evolution for this almost whining type of character that they're going with. Maybe he doesn't need to take some time off, but if he does take some time off, like where you want to bring him back if he's not injured, like you know, TKO don't mess with their money. If you're not hurt, you out there. You one of those TKO head honchos.
You know, it's crazy to say this, but I think the bloodline kind of ruined the conspiracy theorist character, because in the middle of him doing that is when he started fucking with the bloodline. Like, if I remember correctly, he started trying to like, he pissed somebody off and they were trying to like whoop his ass. So he was trying to get help from the bloodline.
Yeah.
And then end up kind of just like infiltrating himself in. But yeah, I think he just needs a break.
I mean, you could do that like for a month and a half, pop back up midsummer. I mean,
I was thinking like 6 months.
They're not gonna let him sit home for 6 months if he's not hurt. That's not happening. I guess he 2 max and then pop back up. But you know, it seems like it's time to move on for Trick. I don't what happens with Trick next. He goes into mellow for the summer.
I don't know. It depends on, are they making him a baby face or is he going to be a heel? Because right now he seems like a baby face. Like, have they officially double turned he and Sammy?
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta see how he comes out next time. When it for like face and heel turns, they don't announce it for you. You know, you just if they just face, you just
Well, I
go
know
for it.
they don't announce it. I'm just saying, like, is he gonna stop cheating?
Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess you could tell by the behavior. I guess we'll see how he wrestles going forward, and who the next feud is. Because if they throw him in there with I don't know, I can't even think of any SmackDown heels right now. Oh, Ricky Saints, we know that it's probably gonna be Trick. This is the baby face. So
They got good chemistry.
I can't remember. Did they do anything? Well, both in NXT.
Mm-hmm. They were fighting for the.
I know
were they
it was,
fighting over the belt?
I know it was Ricky and Oba.
And Trick and Oba, and didn't they have a triple threat match? Trick, Oba, and Ricky.
I know it was tricky. Excuse me. I was at the match at Takeover. I mean, not Stand and Deliver. It was Trick, Oba, and Javon. I don't know Trick because Trick was doing a lot of TNA stuff when Ricky got in there. I don't know.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
They may have. They did a lot of stuff, but that'd be dope either way if with Ricky and Trick or whatnot. But
Lil Yachty and Sami Zayne, when he gets off TV, he can take Lil Yachty with him.
what's up with the Little Yachty hate? I feel like it's mixed bag with him.
I've never liked him on there. He's annoying.
I think
if you want Trick to be a face, you need to get rid of Lil Yachty.
I like Lil Yachty, man. He write music for your boy Drake. You should appreciate Lil Yachty.
Okay, he can go back to doing that. Drake needs help.
C Fluid, for some reason, I don't think Sammy and Trick are. Why do you don't think that? C Fluid.
Where was he? Where was Lil Yachty at during that whole Kendrick Lamar shit? That's what he should have been helping with. He worried about Trick Williams.
Well, that's when all this stuff leaked out when they were leaking reference tracks that Lil Yachty wrote for Drake and stuff. Like, yeah, you should have helped them write some more. But yeah, I don't mind Lil Yachty. I feel like he's actually a pretty good, manager for Trick don't need a mouthpiece. I don't know. So reason.
That's one of my main points. I don't think Trick needs somebody out there like taking the attention away from him.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm sure. What happened to Ilya and Melo to begin with? Like, I feel like once Melo didn't qualify for Mania, they just kind of had him go away pretty much.
I don't know, but I think he's doing all right.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Kalani, but of course he still wants to work.
I don't know. I'd be fine with staying home for a little while. I'm just saying.
Not everybody's got the libido that you have.
He's like 15 years younger than me. I'm sure he does. All he does is work out. Boy got testosterone coming out his pores.
That's fun and all, but you've been in situations where you're indoors, just you and your lady all day. After a while, you're like, all right, I'm ran out of fluids. It's time to be productive.
Yeah, you go get some Gatorade, jump back in.
Jeez. Either way, I want to see Melo back on
productive, TV. More like reproductive.
I see what you did there. That was just low hanging fruit, but
low hanging, all right.
But,
get on to the next topic. What are we doing?
you're the one that extending this, but yeah, I want to see Melo and Ilya back on my TV. But yeah,
I think Melo and Trick would be a good. I don't know. They'd have to. I would love for them to bring the history up from NXT though. Don't just make it seem like this is a brand new thing. Like have them run into each other and say something. You know what I mean? Like, and then give me some video packages of it so the people that don't know what happened can be caught up on it. Like, don't just forget the history between these two.
In a perfect world, I would want to keep these two separate as long as possible. But like, I'm just running out of ideas of who would like mid-card feuds they could put him in. So that's the only reason why I'm running into Melo.
If they wanted to keep them separate, then they shouldn't have had them on the same show.
That's true. Maybe what happened to the fucking draft? They just all right, we don't do drafts anymore. Like that's what
people just changing shows now. Like Gunther's on SmackDown. Fatu came to Raw. Like people just doing what the fuck they want.
Yeah, we didn't have this on the list, but what do you think about Gunther? That being his favor that he had for Paul Heyman, him get him on SmackDown.
I ain't mad at it. I think Cody needs a good feud. Like I think Gunther's a good foil for Cody. I don't think Cody's had a good foil besides Drew. Um, Probably his entire KO was a good one, but all three of his title runs, I don't think he's had too many good opponents.
I remember him and KO, like the pile driver and situation. But Gunther, I think, you know what I think? I think this is a pivot, which is a good pivot. I don't think this was supposed to be the favorite. I think the favorite was supposed to be Brock Lesnar.
Oh,
Brock
it
Lesnar
definitely
said
100% was.
Brock Lesnar said deuces.
Brock said, "Fuck that."
Rey Mysterio faked the injury. Like these people don't want to get retired by Gunther.
Yeah. Let's stick with Backlash. We had Danhausen. His tag team partner was leaked online that it was Jelly Roll, and it turns out he had a cloning machine. Look, I was going through our YouTube videos the other day, and I came across the Danhausen debut, and I just shit all over it, which I stand by. Like, the debut was trash. And somebody commented on there, and they were like, just give it time. Like, Danhausen's great. And I replied to the comment yesterday. I was like, circling back to this, you were right. Like, I've enjoyed Danhausen every time he's been on TV since then. And yesterday was no different. Like, was it a waste of time? Probably. Like, would I have rather had a women's tag match or like Becky Lynch or somebody or Rhea Ripley? Like, they could have put another women's match on there, but instead they got Danhausen and a midget versus The Miz and Kit Wilson. Seafloot in the chat says that shit could have been on SmackDown. That's how I felt about it too. Was it pay-per-view worthy? No, but it was fun. But again, if I paid money, I'd be mad if this was one of the 4 matches I'd sit through, or 5.
I hate to be a curmudgeon or a malcontent. It's just not for me, man. Like the minis, I get it. It's a time and place. You know, the kids like it. I heard the minis are in Mexico, but I don't know. It's just not my form of entertainment. And I say that for the gingerbread man too. A lot of people love the gingerbread man. It's just not for me. I'm not like I like having fun in wrestling, but for some reason this type of stuff isn't for me. I guess it's more kid centric and people that like that type of slapstick type of comedy. But it's not my thing. And like Seafood said, this could have been a SmackDown thing.
Yeah.
Like I was expecting, I don't know. I think both of us picked different people who we thought it was going to be, and it ended up being a mini. I was a little bit slightly let down.
We were way off.
But it was. It is. It's almost like the bathroom break. Not a bathroom break, but like kind of like to get you down before they build you back up for the next 2 matches. Like the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
So it was what it was. I like the Miz in this role though. Like that. See, I think the Miz is like a comic relief is pretty good with this. Like it's almost like the old school TV show when you have the annoying neighbor coming by, like a Steve Urkel and Miz is like Carl Winslow, basically. I like that dynamic of it.
When it comes to the prediction of who the mystery partner was, we both got it wrong. Would you say we both came up a little short with our predictions?
But
sorry, I'm playing with the sounds. I'm still learning how to do this shit. Danhausen's a Raw and SmackDown guy. He's not a PLE guy. They keep him off the PLEs. I'll enjoy it. I like the comedy. I think it's good comedy relief. Like once him and R-Truth get together, like that shit's gonna be gold.
Yeah, I like Danhausen as a comic relief. I just didn't like his mystery partners. I thought it was low hanging fruit. No pun intended. But yeah, like you said, it's a Raw SmackDown. Like they bring him out on a lot of the commercials on Netflix, so that's a good spot for him.
Yeah. Hey, he's over. He's fucking selling merch like crazy. As long as he's selling merch, TKO's gonna keep fucking whoring him out.
Yeah. Then he cursed Stephen A. People thought Stephen A. was gonna be the partner. Like, come on now. You know Stephen A. ain't getting his ass in the ring.
The Knicks are 6-0 since he uncursed them.
Hey, your Knicks cooking right now.
He cursed the Knicks and they lost 2 games to the Hawks, and then he uncursed them because somebody gave him 400 human monies, and now the Knicks are fucking undefeated.
What up? When is somebody gonna try giving them canine monies or
what does that even mean?
Feline monies? What does human money? Human monies mean?
It means money.
Why does it have to be specifically humans?
That's just the way he talks.
Well, okay, that's what I'm saying. Is there canine money out there?
Because you can spit, yeah, probably like milk bones and shit, like whatever dog currency is.
That'll be the next gag. Somebody give him canine money, like you said, give him a milk bone.
Main event time. Jacob Fatu, all gas with no brakes with it, takes on the tribal chief Roman Reigns. I've seen mixed reactions on this match. I thought it was good. Fatu, man, he's looking in good shape.
I was thinking of that too, when him and Roman were next to each other. Of course, Roman's built like a Greek god, but I'm like, Fatu looks pretty good himself next to Roman.
Yeah,
he's out of place.
He's fucking. I don't know what he's changed about his workout or his diet or whatever, but he's definitely hardened up, and he's moving around better. To hit that moonsault that far into the match as clean as he did, all the way to the middle of the ring at that size, like that's some impressive shit. Roman gets the win with the spear. Here's what I didn't understand, and it immediately jumped out to me. Roman spears Fatu and pins him. Roman's still selling the Tongan death grip, and Fatu just gets right up after he gets pinned. And I'm like, if you can get right up, why you kick out? Like, if you go back and watch, within 10 seconds, he was back on his feet and then attacked Roman again. So, like, you were knocked out for 3 seconds and then you woke up?
Yeah, like, why didn't you kick out if you were back up? That maybe you got the wind knocked out on him for those 3 seconds. And then
I don't know. That didn't make any sense to me. Or were they rushing? Like, were they out of time? Which also doesn't make sense because it's on Netflix and you can go as long as you want. So, like, that, I guess that's a small critique. Maybe I'm nitpicking, but I don't know. It just didn't make any sense. Like, I swear, if you go back and watch it, he immediately, like, rolls over and gets up as soon as the pinfall is over. It kind of reminded me of, and I know he's not doing this. It reminded me of Austin Aries in TNA years ago when he lost the belt and he no-sold Johnny Nitro's move. He like got pinned and then immediately rolled out of the ring and walked away like nothing happened to him. And he got fired like as soon as he got to the back. But
John Morrison was the TNA champion?
Yeah.
Damn, I was definitely not watching during that time. What year was this? Like 2015, 14 or something?
Shit, this was a long time ago.
He got fired and
10 years.
He got fired and then hired by WWE after that.
Austin Aries. This may have been after he left WWE. He went back to TNA.
Oh, he went back.
I think I could have my Austin Aries has caused so much fucking trouble in so many places. Like it's all running together. What a shithead this guy turned out to be.
I think he did go back to WWE after he got fired. I mean TNA after he got fired. I think you might be right when. That's crazy. It was Seafood says after W. Okay, that makes it because he hasn't been in the wrestling business since. Maybe if you do something like that, going into business for yourself, that's a good way to blackball yourself. So
yeah,
AEW didn't hire him. So
to fucking make somebody's finishing move look weak like that and make it just, I mean, far be it for WWE to get mad that you're making shit not look real when they're telling you that it's not real, but to basically make it look like it's a work out there like that, like that's finger poke of doom type shit.
Yeah, he had potential too. Like he was the cruiserweight champion. He's an MLW. Oh, he's still working. I thought he would have quit after that.
I was at an MLW show last year.
Yeah,
Matt Riddle was there. There was a bunch of people I didn't know that were there too. I think Matt Riddle was the only one I did know. There was a couple older people. What was my boy's name that used to be in
Bobby Fish?
It was Bobby Fish, old ass was there.
Tell me where the lie is. He went on that little dumb promo in TNA. And
But yeah, Roman gets the win. Like I said, I didn't like the Fatu not selling. The attack afterwards was crazy. Boy, that boy kicked the shit out of Hurricane, didn't he?
I didn't even notice that. Wasn't that Jason Jordan in there too?
He ain't kicked Jason. He kicked Hurricane in the face. He woke up thinking he was a superhero. Mm-hmm. He grabbed Adam Pearce and threw him out the ring.
Yeah, it was a solid match. But we both picked Roman. But what if they would have just mixed things up and have Jacob win?
I was hoping they would, just so Jey Uso's world title reign would be longer than Roman's.
That would have been the irony.
Jay could have laughed at him on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. But where do they go after this? I don't really know. I don't know. Is this going to be a multiple PLE type of situation? I don't know.
There's some kind of story happening to it, but now he's got to acknowledge his tribal chief.
What if he chooses not to?
I'm pretty sure he did choose not to. He beat the shit out of him. Motherfucker chose violence.
So I guess we could put to bed the rumors that Roman was disputing money and he might go away now that this happened.
That doesn't mean anything just because he won. They could still be fighting over money.
This is crazy. How are they fighting over money? As much money as they're making. What I'm hearing now, I know I don't get like the behind the scenes financial crunch. I'm hearing is that they have so much debt when they Endeavor from the Endeavor thing that they're just trying to catch up with that. But that don't have nothing to do with my paycheck. That's a y'all problem.
I'm sure that's what Roman said. Shit, that's cool. Find that money somewhere else because it's $15 million staying with me, Jack.
Yeah,
I'm not in debt.
Yeah. His family got to eat. You got to keep them in them private schools. You heard what Jacob said.
I'm trying to find out how you in debt when. So the numbers I gave you last week on how much they all got paid were off. Apparently, Ari, he made 60-something million last year. And then the guy below him made 42. And then Nick Khan made like 20-something. And then Nick Khan got re-signed. So how are y'all in debt if y'all taking bonuses like 60-something million a year?
Sounds like
not being too debt.
Sounds like that money, or you're paying yourself, it goes some of it towards some of that debt, so you can pay your wrestlers. Yeah,
they
had debt. They had debt like coming into when they made the deal, but y'all knew what y'all were getting into when you bought the company and merged them together. But whatever.
I'm trying to find. These are problems that I don't have because I don't have millions of dollars. But if you're in so much debt, how do you have the money to buy another company for $1 billion?
It's all about like moving stuff. Like I don't get mergers and acquisitions. That was a class. I had a class like that in law school, but I chose not to take it because shit like that gives me a headache. But like, they just move stuff over here and then you move it over here, and it's just all about mixing the numbers up. And you got to be like into that type of stuff and numbers and stuff like that to understand it. It's way above my pay grade to want to try to understand it. But I'm with you. Like I don't get it either. But it's ways they manipulate the numbers and whatnot.
Well, let's head across the street, EJ. Let's go talk some AEW.
But yeah, and I forgot to put this on the list. But while we get into it goes along with it. Ted Turner died.
Oh,
I know you were a big WCW guy. I just wanted to see, what he meant to the wrestling game to you growing up a WCW fan in the late 80s, early 90s and whatnot.
So I feel like I could be wrong about this. I know we last week our time was kind of different, so I think we recorded something. I remember talking about Ted Turner randomly recently. So I don't know if we talked about it on the last show, but basically when I was a kid, he owned WCW, and the stories were that WCW was like bleeding money, and Ted was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I like wrestling. We're going to keep wrestling on TV. And he also owned the Braves, which if you were around in the 90s, like no matter where you lived in America, you turn on TBS Superstation, the Braves were playing. And so that was a big thing when I was coming up. But the biggest thing was wrestling to me. 6:05 on the Superstation every Saturday. Then when he greenlit Monday Nitro before he sold it. Honestly, I think Ted Turner selling WCW was the downfall of that was the beginning of it. And I believe he came out himself and said that he kind of wished he'd never sold WCW. But yeah, Ted was, and then WWE made the Billionaire Ted skits out of him.
I was gonna bring that up. Then they have that, the Nacho Man, and
Yeah.
he did
And the
own the Hawks
Huckster.
too. And the Hawks, yeah, he owned the Hawks too, didn't he? As Sifu
Yep.
said.
Yeah, Ted Turner was billionaire Ted around here. Yeah, and in Atlanta, he was a legend, man. And then going forth with that, with the Braves and legends that died, Bobby Cox passed away yesterday, the longtime
Yeah,
Braves
man.
manager.
They say it always
So
comes in threes, so
yeah, so
hopefully, I don't
y'all
know,
better.
30. Yeah.
Where's anybody talked to Lenny Wilkins lately?
Lenny, what? Ain't he passed a while ago?
Oh, my bad. Rest in peace.
Yeah. But yeah, that's he. And then he also owns CNN. And you think like
Yeah.
a guy who grew up in the South would be on the the MAGA type side, but he was a good dude.
Yeah. He's very progressive.
Yeah, he's very, very progressive. So rest in peace to Ted Turner. Like he said, WCW was the first wrestling that I actually got into. So, being from South Carolina, that was WCW territory. I was in horseman country. So
yeah, I was about to say you came up in horseman country.
Yeah, he's a challenger brand in the WWF at the time, and I think the legend goes that he called up Vince. He said, "I'm in the wrestling business, Vince." And Vince is like, "I'm in the sports entertainment business." But
Vince is such a cocksucker.
Yeah, you see how that's gone.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, I think it was a precursor to like AEW now you see today, because going back to it, you had like some entertainment factor when the NWO came in, but for the most part, WCW was the wrestling company. They put the cruiserweights on, and if you wanted to see real graps, you tuned on to WCW. So
yeah,
hats off to Ted Turner.
Seafluid says Ted had Hank Aaron on his board of directors. There's also a story around here about when Dominique Wilkins left, how Ted Turner did everything he could to bring Dominique Wilkins back to the Hawks family. I don't know all the particulars of it, but they were talking about it on the radio the other day about how Ted made that his mission, that he thought it was wrong that Dominique left the Hawks organization. And this was after Dominique retired, I believe, that he had went somewhere else to do stuff. And he's like, why the fuck would we have Dominique Wilkins working anywhere else before the Hawks? So yeah, Ted was a loyal guy, it seemed.
You talk about like things that look odd, when sometimes players go to different teams, like Dominique Wilkins in a Spurs jersey was like odd thing to see.
Yeah.
Used to seeing him in that. Same thing with like Michael Jordan, the Wizards jersey, just stuff like that.
Or a White Sox jersey. Speaking of Ted Turner and AEW, since we're kind of transitioning there, my boy Sting came back this past week to talk about Ted. And look, I got a Sting t-shirt on now. I'm probably the biggest Sting fan that you or anybody watching and listening to this will ever meet. But I just want to tell you, this man does the absolute bare minimum lately when it comes to shit. Like,
what do you mean?
He came out, put that paint on, and told a half of a story, and then walked out. Like, they brought him all the way to fucking South Carolina, wherever they were.
Yeah, North Charleston. You can't disrespect my hometown like that. You say wherever they went.
My bad. I didn't know you were in Charleston. To talk about Ted Turner. He told half of a story, lost his train of thought, gave the microphone back to Tony.
I like these random Sting appearances though.
I'm always down for seeing them, but it's just the fucking bare minimum. Like, I expected him to give us a good story, give us something good, and he was just like, "Yeah, Ted said I got a lot of money. Here, Tony. See you later." What the fuck?
I mean, they probably, you don't think they put this on the fly because it probably wasn't planned. They probably planned,
but if you pass away, EJ, and somebody flies me in to talk about you, I could tell a million stories. This man came in and said, "I got a lot of money," and then walked out.
That was an all to the story. He was like,
right. He could have recorded that shit on video and sent the video in. They ain't had to fly that man in there and get him to paint that fucking gray beard up.
He might have drove there because doesn't Sting live in the South? Like, everything's a hop.
Sting lives in Texas. Last I checked.
Oh, well, yeah, he had to fly in for that. If he lives, I thought he lived like in Atlanta or Florida or somewhere.
I thought last I checked, he lived in Dallas. Or last I heard, he was out in Texas.
Yeah, that is a waste of a flight if he had to fly in for Texas.
Right.
I'm hoping that he was happened to be in the area. If not, then I agree with y'all. He could have zoomed in for that, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm glad they did something just because they're on the Turner networks. Better than what the company that technically owns them did. They put a rest in peace at the beginning of SmackDown. They're like, all right, we're gonna have a bigger funeral for the gingerbread man than we are gonna mention it in Ted Turner. It's crazy.
They could have put some kind of package together for him, but
like
I guess they felt like they probably felt like it would put too much eyes on AEW with them being on TNT and TBS and all that, because you really can't talk about Ted Turner without talking about those television channels.
I mean, but I get what you're saying. He sold TNT and TBS a while ago,
right?
But you could just mention the WCW side of things. You don't have to mention the networks like that. It could have, like you said, they could have put a 2-minute package on and kept it moving.
Yeah, but that's his legacy though, was bringing wrestling to those channels and keeping it on there when nobody else was putting them on cable back then like that. But if it wasn't WWF, like he had that shit on right after what used to come on before? Fucking Pacific Blue and all that shit. Oh no, that was USA.
That's USA.
What was on before Monday Nitro on TV?
Like I think it wasn't like no, that was USA as well. I was about to say Walker, Texas Rangers. That's USA as well.
Rizzoli and Isles and shit like that.
Nah, that was after WCW was out of business. What was it? It was like wasn't the Kung Fu show on TNT?
The Kung Fu the Legend continues.
Yeah, I want to say that was TNT show
with David Carradine or whatever his name was.
Yeah, I want to
walk barefoot through the country.
Yeah,
beating up people with a fucking kendo stick.
But I get what you're saying, but I ain't that petty because we acted like these two didn't. Or maybe it was the Vince era. Maybe TKO don't want to deal with the AEW because remember, like they were trading talent. They let AEW let Jericho go on WWE Network and whatnot, and
that was when Vince was there and they were in good graces. Like, I mean, look, Vince has his faults. One thing that he did do was he didn't hold a lot of grudges with a lot of people. So like with AEW shit, he's like, yeah, we can work with them. Triple H, he's like, no, fuck them. Fuck Tony Khan and his little pissant company. And Tony Khan don't fuck with Triple H either. Like for Tony, credit to Tony Khan, he's like, fuck Triple H. What does he say in that press conference? I'm not gonna fucking take this shit no more.
Yeah, I guess it's not surprising that they're so petty when it comes to stuff like that.
I mean, they probably just, like I said, they probably felt that AEW would do a big tribute to him, and the history that he left was the legacy that he left was more for AEW, since they're basically picking up the mantle and running with it back on TNT and TBS with wrestling.
Yeah, at least somebody did it.
I did enjoy them having Sting come out there. I mean, he's literally, it's either him or Ric Flair that's only left. You know what I mean? Like the biggest thing, you can't have Flair's drunk ass come out there. He start taking his fucking clothes off and trying to fight.
You could
Luka. He'll try to fight Luka. You been seeing this shit?
Yeah. I mean, we could go off on a tangent on that one, but I think he didn't apologize. He apologized to Ludwig Kaiser, but he didn't apologize to Luka. He's like, yeah.
No, he added to Luka. He doubled down on Luka's ass.
It's like, you got a hamstring, you should go out there and play and fuck your health.
Right. Man said, I'd shot up with cortisone, I'd be out there. $46 million.
Go sit your ass down, Ric Flair. They could have
go back to the bar.
They could have rolled Luger out there to say something.
Nah, Luger's with WWE.
Oh, he is. He got a legend deal.
That's why he couldn't show up at Sting's retirement thing. He couldn't be on TV.
Is Nash? Is he?
Yeah, Sting's basically the only one that's not in WWE. He's with AEW.
Huh?
DDP's there.
DDP's WWE too.
Yep.
Huh? What about Jeff Jarrett?
He's in AEW, but he ain't nobody.
Damn, shit on Jeff Jarrett like that.
Fuck Jeff Jarrett.
Former WCW champion, the chosen one.
Yeah, he ran the motherfucking company out of business when they put the belt on him. That's when I knew the shit was going downhill. Jeff Jarrett won the belt. That was them jumping the shark. I was like, fuck. Let me start getting invested in WWE now. Start learning these motherfuckers.
Guess you're right.
Don't last much longer.
Guess you're right. All of them, of course you can't Dig Teraballea, he's passed. I was gonna say Arn, but I think he's with WWF too.
Yep.
Shit, Rick, like you said,
Kip got
top
Bischoff,
one.
but you know Bischoff and
Yeah,
Tony Khan don't
they
fuck with each other.
Even though Bischoff was on their TV, where did it go sour? Because Bischoff was in the early AEW, did early AEW stuff.
Bischoff critiquing the shit out of them all the time and being a dick, being a WWE dick rider.
I feel like his criticism is not even when it comes to
it's AEW. Definitely not.
I wonder why. Is he signed with WWF?
He's a WWE dick. He wants a job with him.
Well, they tried that several times. Most recently, where he was like the SmackDown writer, and only lasted like a month. So I think that your time has passed. Like I've heard some of his insights, and he's like still has like 90s mind. I'm like, this won't work in the year 2026. Some of these old guys until he sit down somewhere.
Until he agrees to tell the fucking truth about Hogan and Sting and Starrcade, I don't trust shit Bischoff says.
Yeah, me either. That's one of the greatest stories ever, and they didn't stick the landing because of politics.
Eric Bischoff.
We used to call him when we were Dirty Mouth fourth graders. We used to call him Eric Pissoff back when during like the Wolfpack days.
Shows you how immature I am. I'm 43 and I'm laughing at it.
It was kind of
great jokes.
Yeah, we were like a South Park kids. We used to cuss and carry on. If my mom would have knew what I was saying, she would have slapped me and washed my mouth out with soap.
MJF will put his hair on the line versus Darby. Is that going to be a double or nothing?
Yep. Well, as if, and this is a spoiler from Collision last night.
That's fine.
If Darby beats Takeshita on Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. Darby's got a lot going on.
Takeshita,
did Darby beat Okada?
That's what the spoiler is. They had a backstage segment, and Takeshita stepped in. He's like, due to Okada's traveling plans, he ain't gonna be able to make this shit. So I'm stepping in for his bitch ass.
Yo, you know what I love about Okada and Takeshita? I don't know if I said this last week, but Okada can be doing anything, and he'll be like, "Yeah, this morning I had eggs and hot sauce." Unlike bitch ass Takeshita. Like no matter what he talks about doing, he always fucking throws Takeshita in there. Like, yeah, I took up for Kyle Fletcher and I'm a champion. You know who's not? Takeshita.
I dig it as well. But yeah, Takeshita is taking Okada's spot on Wednesday for the world title.
What happened with Okada?
They said his travel plans. I was gonna ask you this because I thought you might have watched it. I wonder if it's really travel plans or if is it politics. He just don't want to take the pin at Darby.
Just don't want to lose.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know which one. He had a family emergency in Japan, or maybe it's legit then. Yeah. Well, I kind of like everything happens for. I hate that it happened to his family, but I think everything happens for a reason. I think you need to build up Okada facing for a world title because he's still a legend. So, and Takeshita's, like I said, he's probably one of my top 5 in-ring guys, but he's still young. He could take a loss like this and not be too hurt for it.
Yeah.
So, I'm not mad at that. But what if I feel like I heard mixed bags about the stipulation. Some people are like, oh, it's just hair on the line. But I'm not mad at the stipulation because MFJ is a vain guy. So him losing his hair, he just got the plugs in Turkey. So
right, that's important.
Yeah, that seems like pretty important.
Is that a known thing? Is that real? What Darby said about him getting hair plugs?
Brian Danielson said it. I feel like everybody's been saying it is where they might just be playing off the internet, just going along with it. But I think where his smoke is fire, I think he got plugs for real.
I know Cena did, and Cena brags about it. Like, that shit changed. That shit saved my career.
He was on an interview. He was like, your fans kept annoying me and bugging me and telling me I was bald, so I went and got it. This is like around WrestleMania.
Bullied that man into getting hair plugs.
Yeah. This was WrestleMania last year. I saw the interview where he admitted that it was the one we went to.
That's too funny.
But yeah, I mean, now that they're putting this on the line, is it a foregone conclusion that MJF is going to win now?
I think so.
Like, some people see Fluid always wonder why Takeshi never wears his. He's a TV champion? Shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he never wore the world title when he had it either.
I think he did.
I don't ever remember him. I don't ever remember him bringing the world title out. He may have had it in like a backstage just to throw it in Okada's face, but I don't. I could be wrong. I don't remember him bringing the world title on AEW TV when he was New Japan champion.
Because I'm trying to think. Because, you know, they've got CMLL partnerships. I want to say that the wrestlers, because, okay, yeah. Claudio Castagnoli, he wore his CMLL heavyweight championship out there.
Of course, they got too many fucking belts. Everybody's got a belt.
Yeah,
but yeah, Takeshita doesn't bring his New Japan TV title. I wonder if he just left it in Japan.
Maybe he's like, maybe it's too much to travel with this shit.
Yeah, I don't feel like dealing with this shit.
Yeah, that's a good question. But yeah, like I was saying, a lot of people are saying that it's probably gonna be MJF getting it back, and like they're like, why did he even have him lose it in the first place? But like, I'm not mad as it stopped. What?
It was the Wednesday before WrestleMania.
I don't know. That's why. I don't know. That's the whole reason why.
That's the main thing everybody was talking about. The WrestleMania kickoff is basically Thursday. What was everybody talking about? They weren't talking about WrestleMania. They were talking about Darby Allin winning the fucking belt.
I know you're not a big Darby fan, but like they were supposed to happen at All In, but you know, Cowboy, Adam Page, he got caught on fire, so they pivoted. I'm not. I mean, if you weren't gonna do it now, then it would be like now or never for him. So it is what it is, and he's putting on some banger matches every week. You didn't see it last night, but this guy's got a death wish.
You don't have to tell me. I've seen enough of Darby to know.
Well, please watch it, and whenever you watch it, I know you're probably gonna text me. You're like, "What the fuck is he doing?" It's insane. Him and Pac did. And the venue was unique. They were in like a golf, like indoor golf type stadium. I've never seen a type of stadium or a venue like that before. And it was like spread out, like everybody, the seating was like on the outskirts, and then in the middle you just had like a golf field, and then they had fans like around the ring in the middle of a golf field. It was definitely unique. And that's what we said. No, now that after the Punk fiasco and attendance kind of went down, they've kind of like settled in this pocket where they're going to like 5,000, 3,000 seat arenas. And that's, if you're going to do that, I like how they go into like these unique type of situations. So
they got 13,000 people coming to Double or Nothing, almost 14,000.
Oh, they don't have a problem with pay-per-views. They've always, even during the little fiasco, they always able to get people into the pay-per-views. It's just the week-to-week television.
Yeah.
And you know, it's kind of still building up with that, but that's what's up. That's gonna be in Queens, New York. When's the last time you've been to New York?
August last year.
Oh yeah, you did go. What you end up doing that time?
It was technically for my birthday, but we went and we were chaperoning my girlfriend's little cousin's party.
I remember you telling me like you had to give him a talking about maybe partying.
Yeah, drinking and smoking and shit. I had to be the dad. Yeah. Get your little motherfucking ass. I still remember I was walking out to get food in the middle of the party, and I went walking down the hallway to go outside, and one of the kids is coming in, and he's got a fucking bong almost the size of him, and he sees me, and he's like, I should go home, shouldn't I? It's like, you already fucking know you should go home, you little cocksucker. Get out of here.
You called him a sea sucker?
No, I didn't say that, but I did tell him to get the fuck out of here. And it sucks, right? Because when I was his age, I was trying to fucking hook up with girls, and if parents weren't home and shit, and here I am being the fucking cock blocker, but still, like, y'all the kids. I can't allow that shit to happen while I'm in the house.
I mean, that's what happens with when you grow up with maturity and whatnot.
Yeah.
You can't, like, especially if it's having to do with like partying and stuff, because that's a liability on you. Yeah. You get
drugs, and somebody say they got, the R word happened to them while they were there, and we were there too. Like, a lot of shit could have went down. So we were trying to be as vigilant as we can. Like, we didn't fuck with them too much. It was just like, look, if we see it, we got to make you get rid of it. So
exactly. But yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of sightseeing did you do out there? Because it's been a minute since I've been in New York.
we had a whole day of like, we went and rode bikes through Central Park because I'd never been there. We took the ferry across the harbor because I'd never seen the Statue of Liberty up close. So we did that. Then we went walking through Manhattan, like bar hopping. We went to some weird brewery on the other side of the harbor after we rode the ferry. Like we got a lot of shit in that first day.
What's up, man? I like New York, man. I just would never want to live there. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's not for the weak at heart.
Yeah, whoever likes doing that hustle and bustle, hats off to them. And like,
yeah,
it's almost impossible to live there. It's just as expensive as like California, but less space. Unless you got a lot of people who like from there got grandfathered in like the rent control where it doesn't go up. So if you didn't get born into that, then good luck to you trying to live there.
And like everything is so small. Like her aunt, whose place we stayed at, they got a townhome in Brooklyn, and like her aunt is like a bigwig at FedEx. Like she's got a lot of money, but the place is just so fucking small. It's like a loft apartment. The stairwell small. I'm like, I couldn't imagine trying to like move shit in here, and then like you got to bring your groceries home every day. If you don't have a car, you got to take the fucking subway. You got to walk, right? And then you got to go up all them fucking stairs because there's no elevator. They're on like the 4th floor. And then you get in there and everything's just on top of everything. Like there's no privacy almost. You know what I mean? Like everything's just so small in those places. I couldn't do it.
Me either. And like you have cities like that all over the world are like similar, like basically clones in New York. Like you go to Paris, that's how it is. London, we'll be there in a couple months. That's how it is over there. Amsterdam, like I don't see how people live in the big cities like that. Like you said, you got to carry your groceries everywhere. Spaces aren't big, but some people love that life. It ain't for me. I need to stretch out some.
Having issues right now finding a place to stay in London. It's got a king size bed because apparently they don't do that a lot over there.
Oh yeah.
Everything's a double bed or a twin bed. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm surprised you can't find like a fold bed though.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We're talking about London because we're both going to All In. So this is a wrestling podcast for people that are jumping in and out. Back into wrestling, we have a new AEW national champion.
Well, you didn't watch it, so we might as well skip that.
No, you can talk about it. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, it's Mark Davis.
What?
He beat
Jungle Boy.
He beat Jungle Boy Jack Perry yesterday.
Hey, they have been kind of pushing him lately.
I was gonna say, he's like one of the guys that's kind of like just made the best of what's come to him because he was in the Aussie Open, and then that Kyle Fletcher broke out, did his own thing. Then they put him in the tag team with Jake something. He got injured, and now they kind of like pushing him as like the muscle of the Don Callis. Is he believable? Like, I don't know if he's a cup of tea.
I think this is probably his ceiling, the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I had that what reaction, but now that I think about it, they have been pushing him. He has been getting a couple wins here and there. He's a tough guy. It's not like he's a slouch in the ring. Like AEW's got so many belts. I don't have a problem with him having this. He can't be world champion.
Of course not.
I don't even think he could be TNT champion, but he could do this one.
So he can't be a TNT. So you put the TNT championship above the national championship.
Oh yeah.
That's one thing that pisses me off about them. They have all these belts, but there's no hierarchy. Because what's the difference between the TNT, the national, the international, and the continental?
I think the continental and the international and the continental the same thing.
No, international is what Okada has.
Oh, and the continental is the one that Moxley had.
Yeah, and they merged them. Moxley still has it. They merged it for a while until Okada lost in the tournament. He lost, and they unmerged it after he lost in the tournament.
Okay, so I think the hierarchy goes world title, TNT, and then I think the continental and the international are on the same level. And then I think the national title is basically the TV title, even though technically the TNT title should be the TV title.
Well, that's confusing as fuck.
But technically, the TNT title is basically the Intercontinental title.
So you put the TNT title over Happy Mother's Day to Grandmaster Solus. Hey, Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
We are a milk-friendly podcast.
Yeah. So now you got my head all mixed up because you're saying that the title that Jet has is higher than one that Okada and Moxley. How though?
Yes,
it's literally a television title.
It's the Intercontinental title.
I thought like the International would be more so the Intercontinental title, the one that Okada has. See, this is why I hate all these damn belts. And
no, it's not complicated.
But who says that? Who says that the TNT is the Intercontinental Championship though? It's no fucking.
It's just the way it is. You know the fucking meme where the white dude's like doing all the math shit. I feel like that's me trying to fucking explain to you the title hierarchy.
And that's what.
So it goes world title, TNT title.
But you said like I don't know who said this though. You're just putting it as what you have it visually in your head.
That's just how
it is. I don't think because I feel like they put more emphasis on Takeshita being international.
Tony Khan.
It's just stupid. And then like the Triple Crown doesn't make any sense. Backlash was we talked about Backlash earlier. Yeah, we said the Grandmaster Solus. We said Backlash was okay.
It was. I wouldn't have paid money for it. That was the gist of what I would have hated to pay money to go there.
Yeah, but going back to this hierarchy, that's why it pissed me off. The Triple Crown doesn't make sense, even though I think it's kind of unique where you have to have the trios, the tag team in the world to be a Triple Crown.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But this is where you're wrong because to be the Grand Slam champion, they have it the International Championship. The International, because Kenny Omega's the first, and it's the International, and those three that I just mentioned made you a Grand Slam. So that's got to be.
That's only because Omega did it. They wanted to give Omega the first Grand Slam champion. They didn't want it to be fucking Scorpio Sky.
Well, he didn't win any. He only won the tag team, so now
he's won TNT title too.
Won the tag team TNT. Yeah, so you can't win a Grand Slam with just 2 titles.
But I'm just saying he could. He was. If it was a TNT thing, he was
world title.
Yeah.
But either way, that's why I hate all these belts. Just I wish they would get rid of the Continental, at least we just have the TNT, and that's it.
So the world title is the world title. The TNT is like the Intercontinental title. The Continental title is like the European title. The International title is not necessarily the hardcore title. It's more like the U.S. Championship. And then the national title is the TV title. There you go.
I don't see it like that, though. Whatever. I think they have them all 4 on the same playing field, if you ask Tony Khan. I'm enjoying Darby as champion. In the beginning, I said, I'm enjoying it as well. I don't think Rucker has jumped on the bandwagon yet.
I'm not a fan of Darby. I don't really care for I don't care for crash course wrestling that's just like, hey, see if you can kill me, and if I get up, I'll win. Like I'm not into it.
I'm enjoying this gauntlet he's doing with the title to beat the.
I like the storyline.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Yeah. The storyline. Like I know you're not a fan of him as an actual wrestler, but I like what they're doing with him. He's gonna be all broken down, and MJF's gonna pick up the pieces and get his title
just
back.
Like the shithead heel that he is.
Exactly. But yeah, what else we got?
Let's see here. That was all we got on AEW. Real quick on TNA, they have a new women's knockouts champion. Lei Ying Lee defeats your girl Ariana Grace and recaptures the TNA knockouts title. And what I thought was a really good match, and they main evented also. And watching this, the first thing I thought was, man, she got released from WWE talking about Xia Li and fucking bet on herself, and now here she is main event in TNA and being a 2-time women's champion when WWE didn't let her sniff a title. And she's over.
Yeah. One thing I didn't like, this is me nitpicking, is like her No offense, but TNA is unwatchable. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Now that
It's
he
not for
said that,
everybody.
now that he said that, I said last week that this AMC era has been kind of underwhelming. I wonder if we didn't do this show if I would watch TNA. Now that he mentioned that, because I watch every week.
Yeah. I think I would, just because there's a couple people on there that I like. Like, you know, I'm a big Mara Sade fan. I like Zia Lee. I like AJ Francis is good.
Leon
There's
Slater.
people on, yeah, Leon Slater's good. There's people on there that are
What
worth
did happen
watching.
to Ricky Sosa? Like, he debuted in Atlanta. I haven't seen him since. They said he signed with the company.
I think he went back home for a minute.
He's
I
from
could
like
be
Belgium.
wrong.
He's from like Belgium or something like that. But yeah, maybe he went home. But yeah, they got some good stuff here and there. C Fluid, if you gentlemen don't mind me asking, how do you guys meet and how does we met through CNR? I feel like we've been interacting for almost 10 years now, just off of CNR, off the Cavino and Rich show. They have like a big fan community or listener community. And I don't know if you want to take over from here.
Well, Boot to the Face started. It was me and Marty, which we also met through Cavino and Rich. We both started just, you know, we used to all interact talking about wrestling. I was like, fuck, I want to start a podcast. So I did. And it was a podcast of just me talking. And eventually I just started talking about wrestling a lot. So then I brought Marty along. We named it Boot to the Face. And then Marty was trying to get promoted and move from Los Angeles to Denver.
What year did the show start?
2018. And then I was going through a divorce at the time, so it was just getting harder and harder to get our schedules to coincide. And I didn't want to quit doing the show, so we kind of took a little bit of a break. And then I asked EJ if he wanted to jump on, and he and I started like 2 years now.
Nah, man, it's 3.5. Time flies, doesn't it?
Damn, it's been 3.5 years.
I started January 2023. Time flies, don't it?
Man. But yeah, that's how the show got started. That's what we've been doing. Leon Slater's the man. I think he's really Leon Slater and the Jet, I think, are two of like the brightest young stars in wrestling right now.
What about Javon?
Yeah, I meant outside of like WWE.
Oh,
I meant like I guess I should have prefaced it with that, but yeah, the Jet, Leon Slater, and I'm kind of underwhelmed with Ricky Sosa. Like, he's got a good intro, but
in the ring,
I don't know. Yeah, like Leon Slater cut a really good promo when I was at TNA in Atlanta. Like, had me believing, like, oh shit, like, okay, I'm sold now.
You get me. That London slang always gets me.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, as far as TNA, yeah, they got their faults, but RP, yeah, we talked about Ted Turner earlier, so you can get a chance, rewind to YouTube, and this will be out on audio a couple days. So RP to Ted Turner. But yeah, shout out to Lei Ling Lee. I thought the match was solid, especially for Ariana Grace. First Chinese, was she like the first Chinese porn star that was in WWE once they hired her over there?
Yep.
You see a lot of Japanese stars, but you don't really see a lot of Chinese stars. Oh, one thing before we started talking about the show, one thing that I was nitpicking at is I don't like all the crying that she was doing. I understand it's emotional, but she's a warrior in there. You gotta hold it together a little bit. Did you notice that all the crying she was doing?
Hey man, she can cry. What, you can't cry in wrestling? We watch fucking Cody cry every goddamn week, and you telling me Lady Ying can't cry?
And when Cody cries, we roast his ass. So ladies,
but he cried for nothing. He'll be in the middle of promo and start crying. She just won the goddamn title.
Yeah, but that's a little bit much for me. But yeah, I'm glad she got it back on. It was too long of a run with Ariana Grace. I've always been a cheerleader for Ariana Grace, but I don't like the Stax pairing. Stax, I hate to be that guy, but Stax ain't it, man. I mean, he was good as a henchman, but he's not good by himself. What was that that comment just to say TNA?
He said TNA cheap asses probably only signed Sosa to a 3-month contract.
Probably. See, Fluid said in the chat. Probably they want to do
real
that.
quick. What we're talking about? So, Grandmaster in the chat said Asuka turned down a 50% pay cut and mutually agreed to a release with WWE. I don't know. He said that's true. I asked him, is that fact? He said, yeah, I hadn't seen any reports of that, but it did seem like she was leaving. And like I said, Io put out that tweet last night about how proud she was to work with Asuka and how their chapter's closed. So there's something going on, whether she's retiring or, like your boy Dave Meltzer said, semi-retired.
I want to put a slight pin in that, though. I want to come back to that. Let me finish off my thought with Aragon. I agree. Like I said, I don't like what's going on with her and Stacks. I feel like she's missed character. I feel like she'd be perfect in the pocket what she was doing with the beauty queen stuff and like a Chelsea Green type character. I don't like this like semi-serious badass. I don't know what they're doing with her. They shifted her character, and I'm not a fan of it. But back to the 50% cuts and whatnot. If that is true, then like it's just what we were talking about earlier. Like, what is TKO doing? And if you think she'll go back to Japan, because I want to say Tony Khan is rubbing his hands like Birdman right now, but I don't think he should pick up too many of these free agents because they're already bloated as we speak.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna. Asuka though is kind of like the New Day. I put her in the same category. Like AEW can pick and choose who they want, but these are, if she's willing to go over there, that's somebody that I think you could afford to. He's got all these Japanese women running around that nobody likes, like fucking Riho.
You don't like Riho. You don't like Riho.
She weighs as much as this fucking chapstick right here. Like, she's not believable as a champion. Get her the fuck out of here.
Okay, let me give you this question: if you got Alba Fire, you got Kairi Sane, and you got Asuka as free agents, you pick up all three, pick up two, or just one?
I pick up Kairi and Asuka.
Oh, so you said no Alba?
Yeah,
you can't pair her up with your girl.
She's gonna end up on fucking ROH with Isla Dawn.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you couldn't pair up with Isla Dawn.
For what though? There's no tag team titles in ROH for the women.
No, they they float back and forth. You could bring them up to contend for the title.
Me personally, I see nothing with Alba Fire.
I thought you were a Kylie Ray fan or Kaylee Ray. Kylie Ray is the other one. Nah. Kaylee Ray. I thought you were Kaylee Ray.
I'd be more of a fan of Kylie Ray.
Whatever.
And I don't like her at all.
They got her involved doing something, but yeah. So you pick up
Asuka. Babies.
Yeah, you pick up Asuka and Kyrie then.
I tag team before I picked up anybody.
Tag team or them doing their own individual thing?
I don't know. That's a good one. It's kind of like we were talking about with the New Day. Like, would you bring the New Day in as a tag team, or would you let them go their separate ways?
Tag team, and if somebody breaks out eventually, then yeah. But Seafood said unless Rio has a shotgun, I don't see she could be beating anybody.
Exactly, and they had her as the fucking world champion.
She's the first champion.
That big ass belt. Oh, that's when the belt was
no small. They had a little teeny belt.
That's why they had that little ass belt, because her ass is gonna win it. That motherfucker like an action figure belt.
That belt has changed like several times. The woman's belt. It's like the only belt that has changed. Yeah, besides like doing the custom TNT straps, but yeah, they did some custom trios ones. But yeah, the actual plate, that belt's changed like what 2 or 3 times, right?
Yeah, it's changed a couple times. I think it's too big now.
Yeah, it is huge. But
I think the second version of it was probably the best one. They should have left it how it was in.
Yeah. Is that the one that Britt had?
Yeah. Speaking of, you brought her up a second ago. Goodwill suing Chelsea Green. I don't know if you heard anything about this. She had heart surgery over the past week. Yeah.
Wow.
She was on TV, SmackDown last week, chasing around what's my girl's name? Tiffy Time. And then she went to Lash Legends fucking wedding shower, and then had heart surgery the next day.
Did they give specific details?
She was on Busted Open. I heard a snippet of it. Apparently it's not like a serious thing, since she was talking about like she's got a couple more days before she can get up, start moving around, and she'll be back at work in no time.
Well, shout out to Matt Cardona. He gets to rub the the scar cream on that and make sure she's all better.
Oh my God, EJ.
You were talking about Carmella.
She's like,
earlier.
why you rubbing my ass? My heart is way up here. It's like, oh my man. Yeah,
get it in.
Yeah, goodwill soon to Chelsea Green. One of the most entertaining women in a long time in wrestling.
Hey,
and she can go.
I'm not with whoever, Matt Bloom or whoever was talking, or was it
Michael Hayes?
She's
Doc Hendricks.
She's got a world champion potential if they give her a chance.
We've talked about it before. She could be one of those slip on a banana peel world champions.
Yeah.
Where she just like falls into the championship and keeps retaining by like bullshit means.
Chicken shit. Like, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of like the Miz was. Like,
yeah. But hers could be more comedic.
Exactly. So, well wishes to Chelsea Green.
Yep. Let's see. We do have the John Cena tournament. We could touch on that real quick.
Yeah.
So I got home from the soccer game last night. I was kind of drunk. Cena came out with that fucking Kingpin suit on, and I just couldn't stop laughing at it for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think it looked good at all. I thought it was like a Steve Harvey. It was right as Steve Harvey in the 90s.
Yeah, Steve Harvey suit.
So what exactly is it? Did he say there's going to be a champion?
This just seems like a whole big, and I like John Cena, but this seems like a whole big ego stroke. Like, why do we need this tournament? I get you want to show the Grandmaster, so Chelsea should be. Yeah, we agree. We disagree with that as well. Slip on the banana peel type champion, but like, why do we need this tournament? I get it, you want to show sign to like the up and comers and whatnot, but Cena never had a good suit. But why do we need a tournament for this? And why do we need a belt? Yeah, they're gonna have a belt for the champion. It's gonna be fan voting. When I heard that, my antenna started peaking. I'm like, all right, it's gonna be like a Cyber Sunday. It's gonna be TKO picking the champion.
So it's like I was drunk. Am I crazy? Did he say you don't even have to win to win? Like you could lose the match but still win the belt.
Yeah,
what fucking sense does that make?
Because the fans are gonna vote for it. That's what I don't get. Like, I don't get why are we doing this?
Jim Crockett Memorial Tournament. Funny. I don't know. Just to keep seeing on TV. I guess he's gonna come out every PLE now.
Basically, I thought you retired. We seen your ass every pay-per-view since then. So this is WWE. Yeah, basically. Except the Owen title, at least you get a title shot after that.
But how can you call it a tournament if winning doesn't get you the fucking title?
Hey,
then it's not a tournament, it's an exhibition.
Why are you going off and going there and making sense, Rucker?
My bad. I forgot this is pro wrestling.
And we talking about how much belts AEW has. If you actually do the count, WWE has more championships than AEW. And
do they?
You do.
Yeah, but you got if you add up like NXT and SmackDown, Raw, and Evolve and all that shit.
I've done it both ways because I was nerding out one day. If you just do the main roster and AEW's main roster, I think it's literally equal. Once you add ROH and all of that, WWE still has them by like one belt. If you add
ROH is the main roster for AEW though.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. All those guys come on regular TV all the time.
It's a different company though.
But they're basically the fucking. To me, that's the main roster.
ROH is a different company. Then you can't just throw. It's not called AEW ROH. It's ROH. Then you got to.
But why are they always on AEW TV with their champions?
You just gotta. Just like they got a partnership with New Japan, then you can't just combine AEW and ROH and say that's just one roster.
Well, then why is Eddie Kingston on ROH one day and then AEW the next day?
Because you can float back between companies.
And why are there ROH title matches on AEW?
So you're just gonna say it's ROH and AEW. You combine both of those belts, then, and you don't include all the companies WWE owns. That just seems.
No, you don't ever see fucking Becky Lynch defending the Intercontinental title on NXT.
Yeah, you do. She has defended those titles. You've seen the women's tag team champions on NXT
because the women's tag team bounced to all brands.
Rollins defended the world championship against Braun Breaker on NXT. Now you're picking and choosing. And just because it happened a long time ago, Dominic Mysterio goes on there with the AAA Mega Championship. Now you're picking and choosing.
You might be right. I was playing my Eric Bischoff role just then.
But either way, like I don't get what this tournament means. The fans get the vote on the belt. Like you said, what's the point? That's hilarious. We now know Rucker feels about Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston's trash. He's absolute dog shit, but whatever. We don't have to shit on Eddie Kingston. He's a good hand. What the fuck are we talking about?
We're talking about this random tournament.
Yeah, whatever. It's a waste of time.
Is it going to be as a standalone event? I don't get, like, when is it supposed to be happening?
It's gonna
Somebody
be
in the chat help me. It's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Really?
I just made that up.
Hey, you have me convinced, though. I can see
it's just a way for them to get Cena on TV. So people they know Cena's a cash grab. So this is again a money thing I don't understand. In order to get Cena to come there, you have to pay him. So do the ends justify the means with paying Cena for travel expenses and his booking fee and all that? Does he really move that many tickets?
I don't think though. So, and I think that's why they're doing it, because you said they got to justify. Are we paying this motherfucker money? So we got to squeeze all the type of juice we have out of him. But is it worth it? Like you said, are they moving tickets? Are ratings coming in? And it's like, we got to see Cena. Like, of course we are gonna get excited when we see him on TV, but is that gonna make me buy a ticket?
This ain't the John Cena we like. This is fucking game show host John Cena.
Exactly.
He don't even run to the ring and that awkward ass run anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like, let's get the work, Stu, and then like did a casual walk. Like this.
Yeah, and he walks down. Like, what the fuck? This ain't the guy I like.
Yeah, I just find it odd. I mean, if it gives the NXT kids shine, I guess that's some good coming out of it, but it just seems unnecessary to me. But I thought it was gonna be him announcing, like I was like with the other fans, I thought he's gonna just come down and be like, hey, give us $20 more for Club WWE. That's what I thought he was gonna come down.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be some more money grab shit too, because they don't even hide it no more. Like, we're here to take all your fucking human monies, as Dan has them to say.
Grandmaster says he may retire, but he's still in the contract. I mean, yeah, we said they have all those legends. I'm sure his contract is higher than those legend contracts, though. He's probably still getting.
I'm also sure that if Cena wanted to, he could have said, "Look, when I'm done, I'm done. Like, the rest of my contract's over. Like, you can sign me to a Legends deal." But he probably took a per appearance deal on the end of his contract when he retired. I don't know. I also kind of don't like it either. Like, you had this whole retirement tour, and your ass is back on TV already.
Yeah, make us miss you a little bit, right?
Every month now. Like, you hosted WrestleMania. Now you're here at this pay-per-view. Like, go make a movie or something. Ain't you supposed to do Peacemaker?
That's an amazing show, too. Yeah, we need another season instead of 3 years in between seasons. Like, I had to wait a long time for that second season of Peacemaker.
You coming out here in these big-ass suits.
Steve Harvey collection.
Right.
Co-signed by Cedric the Entertainer.
Announcing a fucking tournament that's not a tournament. Like, I'm going to put you in a tournament, and if you don't win, you might win. You know, it sounds like old girl from White Man Can't Jump. Sometimes when you win, sometimes when you win, you actually lose. Sometimes when you lose, you actually win. And sometimes when you win or lose, you actually tie.
Now that I got her with the first two, but then the tie stuff, like, all right, now you just complicating this and convoluting.
Yeah. I got the win. When you win and you actually lose, all that is having an argument with your woman. Like, you can win the argument. You might win the argument, but your ass lost, because ain't nobody gonna be happy now.
Speaking of winning and losing, the Knicks play today too?
Yep, 3:30 Eastern time.
Man. So you're gonna have a nice little drink and
get my weekend ended.
This might be the sweep, right?
Yeah, one more win.
Jeez.
Which would be good, because OG's hurt, so he needs a little bit of a break. So the quicker they get this series over with.
You probably don't know this off the top of your head, but you know what high school you went to?
OG?
Yeah.
No.
I went 10 minutes down the street, went to Jefferson City High School. I didn't know
that
until recently, yeah. His dad was a a professor at Lincoln University, which is a HBCU out here. Jefferson City High School.
He looked like a Missouri kid.
I think he's originally from Africa. He moved here he's like 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's Missouri boy. Yeah, he's out there balling. He said he's hurt.
Yeah, he pulled his hamstring 2 games ago. He missed the last game. Strained his hamstring, not pulled it. To me, he's been the best player on the Knicks team the whole playoffs.
I don't know. Brunson was balling because I was texting you. I'm like, how's he? He was getting shots over the tall ass dude. I'm like, what? I'm like, how's he out here doing this stuff?
Brunson's a scorer.
Joel,
OG, like when you watch the game, OG rebounds, he plays defense, he gets assists, and he shoots at a high percentage, and he can dunk on your motherfucking head if he wants to. Like he's really like a really good. I had no idea who he was when they traded for him, and I've become a big fan of him since the last couple years.
He's the Larry Johnson of the team. New Yorkshire sweep. Yeah, they should. I mean, never know though. Sometimes when you know you got it in the bag, and sometimes these players want to close out at home. Maybe subconsciously they kind of coast through the closeout game when it's on the road.
I think this Knicks team is ready, man. This is the best Knicks team I've ever seen in my lifetime.
I don't know. How you gonna say that about the Patrick Ewing teams, man?
I think this team smoked that team.
I mean, technically, because players are just better skill-wise, but you got to factor in what if those players back in the day had the same training? Maybe they would be just as good. Because if you go back and look at some of those films, like these players aren't that good. You see some of these like role players like
that's why the score used to be like 80-78 in the finals, game 6.
Yeah,
now it's like 140-138, and they're like, what a great defensive game that was. They did. The niggas got 140 points. What you mean they play good defense?
But yeah, they should sweep. I mean, I thought I'd see a little bit more of Joel Embiid and these guys, but they getting smoked. But y'all were in the conference finals last year, weren't y'all? When y'all lost to Indiana, so I think it's a better matchup if y'all would play the Pistons because I'm surprised. Well, the Cavs showed some life yesterday, so
yeah. Cavs are down 2-1 now, so I'm hoping that series goes long and New York sweeps. That way we can get some rest and then just take advantage of. We could be like MJF, you know. We can just come in and pick the bones. The conference finals, they could be Darby Allin.
Yeah, you should be rooting for Cavs though, so you get home court in the conference.
Yeah,
what's Seafluid say?
I saw the beginning of it where Draymond Green was talking shit like we don't want to look like Charles Barkley when he was.
Oh yeah. I saw that too.
I didn't see what Barkley said to him though.
Yeah,
they come back at him.
They clipped it because at first, because Charles Barkley said something at first. It was like because Draymond was like, "We can maybe get another championship." It's like, "No, y'all guys too old. Y'all ain't getting another championship." And that's when Draymond came with the. So I didn't see if Barkley had a response, even though he's the one that started it.
They was egging him on to. They was like, "What does that look like?" He's like, "You know," and then. Somebody put stats up and was like Barkley in Houston averaged more points, rebounds, assists, and minutes than Draymond has his last however many years in Golden State.
Did Barkley respond to that? Did Barkley see that, or somebody just?
I just saw that on Twitter. Somebody like posted the stats with that video up.
Barkley wasn't terrible in Houston. I remember.
No,
they used to have exhibitions like with the Hornets because that's like the team that they showed in the Carolinas. They came to it was Houston versus Hornets, and we went to that. It was in the North Charleston Coliseum, and it was Barkley and Elijah one of them, and you know, I took that for granted as a kid. You know, you think that's gonna last forever, but that's crazy.
You were seeing greatness.
Yeah, seeing them play.
Clyde Drexler.
Yeah, Clyde Drexler was there too. Yeah.
Another thing that they had on there. I just can't take Draymond Green seriously as an analyst. Barkley was like. They were talking about James Harden, and he was like, this dude 28 times in the playoffs, the most important games, he's had more turnovers than he's had made field goals. 28 times. And Draymond was like, yeah, but he's got the ball all the time. And they were like, all right, well, how many field goals do you think he should make every game? He was like, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10, 8 to 12. And they were like, so you telling me he should have 8 to 10 turnovers every fucking game? He was like, but he's got the ball every time. And they started naming people like great players. He's like, none of them guys have they said John Stockton. He said, none of them guys have the ball as much as Harden does. And I was like, John
he has
Stockton
a
was
point.
the fucking point guard.
He has a point, but he doesn't have a point because when you're Harden, it's not because John Stockton is distributing the ball. Harden is like your catch-all type of like sometimes he'll pass it, but he's like a ball dominant where he's gonna shoot it too. But you still shouldn't be having all those damn turnovers. So
Exactly.
I get what Draymond's saying, but then I don't like even.
And if you're gonna shoot the ball that much, you need to make more of them than you turn the ball over.
Yeah, so I get what Draymond's saying, but he still doesn't have a point because he still
shouldn't do that. And then to do that 28 times in the playoffs. Yeah, that's crazy. So then they brought up Draymond and how many times he did it, and they were like, "You know who you're tied with? Kendrick Perkins."
Damn, they tried to play him like that.
They did. Ernie Johnson did that shit. I loved Inside the NBA.
Yeah, I thought it would be a little bit weird when they went on ESPN, but it seems like they meshed pretty well at ESPN. Hopefully, they'll keep them on during the finals because they never done the finals on TNT.
Let's get to the street clothes rest of the week and then get on up out of here.
Who you got?
For the new people in the chat, the street clothes rest of the week is somebody we picked that clearly is not in wrestling gear, that is on TV, and just street clothes. And this week, I'm going to pick a bit of a controversial one. She set the internet ablaze. I'm going to pick my girl Harley Cameron.
Oh, my goodness.
She had to go online and defend what she did. And she posted a picture of her with her shirt ripped and her bra. And she's like, if you look at Mina, her wrestling gear is smaller than the bra that I'm wearing. Like, we wrestle in shit smaller. Y'all need to calm the fuck down.
Who complained about it? Like,
there's a lot of people complaining like this is supposed to be wrestling.
No disrespect, but was it women and homosexual guys? If I'm not,
no, it was these were wrestling fans. These are wrestling fans.
I thought the basement guys, like, that's the most they could see.
No, these are those Dave Meltzer guys. They want pure wrestling. They don't want any kind of entertainment. They don't want women showing any kind of. Again, look, I agree with what she said. Like, I don't mean to call anybody out, but like, look what Sky Blue wears in the ring, or Rhea Ripley. Like, they're damn near naked.
Didn't mean to say, "Oh, I thought you had a ring gear."
Yeah,
I thought that was hilarious.
That was a good one. But yeah, I'm gonna go with my girl Harley Cameron as street clothes wrestler of the week. Who you got, EJ?
I got
John Cena.
I don't got the Steve Harvey line. I got Sol Ruka came out with confront Becky Lynch. She had I don't know, it was like a leather jacket, but she had the jeans on, the crop top on, and then disrespected Becky, called her a big-headed bitch, like you said earlier, and then did a slow slashed her, which was disrespectful as well.
I'm not gonna say any names on who sent me this message, but I got a text on Monday, and it was a picture of somebody, and they had a ball, like one of those stress balls, and they were squeezing it to where the stress ball was like popping out in between their knuckles. And he said, never mind.
You gotta say what you don't have to say who he is. Now you gotta say what he said, at least.
He said, I bet Sol Ruka's thing gripped just like this.
For some reason, I think. Listen,
I
don't want to incriminate myself.
It wasn't you, but that's what
I didn't say that.
I got. Yeah, and I was just like, I just gave it the thumbs up, and I kept on with my day. But yeah, Sol Ruka setting the internet on fire. People are liking her.
She's in shape. Let's just say that.
Yeah. But yeah, Sol Ruka and your girl Harley Cameron win. If you're new to the chat, please like us on YouTube, subscribe, follow us on all of our social media accounts, which are scrolling across the top of the screen. We do the show every Sunday at noon. We were a little late today thanks to StreamYard shit in the bed, but we'll be here every Sunday on YouTube. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks everybody that was in the chat, Seafluid. Thanks as always for being so active. Thanks to all the new people that showed up. For EJ Reed, I'm Chris Rucker. This has been the latest episode of Boot to the Face. Until next week, peace.